Swazdulock, my favorite puny humans. So I guess you're here to learn how the hell XP works, and where to rank up the fastest and all that stuff. Well, worry not. After watching this video, you may consider yourself a smart ass when it comes to XP. Speaking of smart ass, no. Hydron is not the best XP grind location. Neither is that stupid sleep technique. I don't care what your favorite YouTuber said. Now pay attention. Before I tell you where to go and why, allow me to first explain to the noobs why leveling up might be worth their time. Thing is, there are benefits to having a higher mastery rank. For example, many weapons are locked behind the mastery rank wall, meaning you cannot use them until you reach the required mastery rank. Another reason to want to rank up is mod capacity. Assuming you are using an item at a very low level, the starting mod capacity will be equivalent to your mastery rank. In other words, the higher your rank is, the more space you will have for mods right from the start. Okay, so now we know why one may want XP. Now it is time to understand how the fuck XP works in the first place. Considering everything in Warframe, I think it is safe to say that affinity is the least understood mechanic of the game. Do not worry, I will not bother you with tedious mathematics and stupid percentages. I will rather give you the straightforward answer so it is super easy to understand. Now then, to simplify things, let us begin with Warframe leveling rules. All you need to know here is that when you are trying to max a Warframe, you should do as much of the killing as possible, preferably with Warframe abilities. If you kill everything with your weapon, then your Warframe will only receive half of the affinity from each kill, even if the weapon is maxed. With this logic, you might be thinking that leveling Warframes must be best done solo. Sorry, but no. Because the next thing you should keep in mind is that affinity is shared. This means that if you kill something, a small portion of the affinity is granted to me as well. And this effect goes for all teammates. But since you do not lose anything in the mechanic, it is wise to always be in a full squad for maximum affinity gain. Okay, those are the only rules you really need to know and understand about Warframes. With weapons, however, it gets really silly. When trying to max out weaponry, it is highly recommended to equip only one of the weapons you intend to max. Why? Because XP from weapon kills is divided among all equipped weapons. So having less guns will feed more affinity to them. The game also does not give a shit if your items are maxed. It will still divide the XP. So take one weapon at a time. This mechanic is where DE kinda fucked up a little. The effect is that you constantly find fucking AFK douchebags in leveling missions. They stand there and do absolutely nothing, avoiding confrontation just to squeeze out the very last ounce of XP from the other player's kills. Do not worry, I will address you little shits in a minute. But first, let's quickly summarize to really drive the point home. Always max in full squads. When maxing Warframes, try to kill everything with your abilities. Equipped weapons do not matter. When maxing weapons, do them one by one and allow other players to do as much of the killing as possible. Alrighty then. Now, we know how affinity works. So let's talk about tactics and locations. When you ask, where is the best place to level up, many will say Akkad on Eris. Others will swear up and down that Berethenia on Sedna is the place to go. But most people will probably tell you that it is Hydron on Sedna, a Grineer defense mission. To be fair, this place will definitely max your shit up nicely, but in my opinion, the handicaps here are a deal breaker. Allow me to suggest a place not many seem to even know about. A place that is way faster than stupid pleb Hydron. The place I speak of is...
Operator.
Where the fuck is my dramatic music?
Shit, I'm sorry, Jizo. Coming right up.
The place I speak of is Helene on Saturn.
Oh wait, you serious?
Now, I know what you are thinking.
You're a fucking idiot.
But before you use your cum-covered fingers to type crybaby comments, let us compare the two locations and perhaps you will come to the same conclusion as I. If not, then that is okay as well. You are entitled to your own opinion, even if it is wrong. Now then, here is the result of leveling up a fresh Mark I Braden on Saturn. As you can see, I am about to hit rank 20 on wave 15. Sadly, during this run, one of the players disconnected. So I did not gain any extra affinity from that missing player. Had he not left, my Mark I Braden would already be max rank by now. So somewhere between wave 10 and wave 15 your shit will always be maxed, without any boosters. Quick tip: you do not need to actually reach rank 30 during the mission. If you hit rank 20, the bonus affinity at the end will finish the job. Also, do you recall earlier when I said that affinity was shared? Well, these strange symbols right here indicate which of your teammates are within range of shared affinity. So be sure to stay together and not run all over the goddamn place like a toddler on sugar. As you can see, after 15 waves my Braden has achieved max rank, even though the extra affinity from one player was missing. Now let us have a look at Hydran. As your ugly eyes should probably see, my new fresh Braden will hit maximum level in wave 13. Keep in mind, this time the squad is full. Now the conclusion here is, in case it has not dawned on you yet, that it does not fucking matter which of the two locations you use to rank up your shit because both will max rank your item between wave 10 and 15. Which means on both areas, you will not be leaving anytime sooner than wave 15. How you like them apples? Now then, if it does not matter, why do I say Helene is better and Hydran is pleb garbage? Well, for one, Helene has easier enemies which translates into faster killing and thus, faster wave clearing, which means overall you will spend less time ranking up. Secondly, Saturn has an okay chance to drop Orokin cells, plastids, and nanospores, all of which are needed in many builds. Let's look at what Hydran will drop. Oh look. Shit, more shit and shitty shit. Another reason why I prefer Helene is that this node is very unlikely to be nerfed. Need I remind you of Draco? One more argument in favor of Saturn. You can reach it way before you ever get near Sedna. So you will not need any taxis or play for 6 months struggling to reach Sedna with low-level gear. I suppose I have sufficiently proven my point by now. One last thing though. I did not forget to address you little XP, AFK shitheads. Listen here, we totally understand that you want maximum XP for your weapon. And that is okay. But for the love of Lotus, that does not mean you need to stand in a corner with your dick in your hand, listening to Katy Perry. No. It is no problem for you to bring a warframe and buff the killers in your squad. Or disarm the enemies to force them to come in close. Or use a Speed Nova. Or a Necros for more sexy loot. I could go on, but as you can see, there is really no excuse for being a useless waste of squad space. Now then, this was my take on XP farming. At the end of the day, it is your game and your playstyle. So do whatever the fuck you want to do. If this video caused you to smile or perhaps even laugh out loud, then I congratulate you for having a sense of humor. You should definitely like and subscribe to this shitty channel. But if you happen to be butthurt, allow me to say,
shut up, you don't matter!
Now fuck off.
Let me laugh even harder.